Today I have 3 healthy tips that will kind of give you a little bit of help with troubleshooting those issues that you may be having trying to lose weight on a plant-based diet. I know sometimes we do hit challenges when it comes down to any type of weight loss. Doesn't matter what type of diet you're on, but in this case, I just want to focus on the plant-based eating, and not necessarily 100%. If you're not, that's okay too. If you're trying to do it 100%, then that is a great way to see how your body's reacting. For those of us that are more mature, maybe perimenopausal or menopausal, this is such a great way of taking care of your health, but also to addressing those symptoms that you might have that are causing the weight gain because of hormone imbalances, right? So this is the reason I'm sharing this with you, because I chose to pursue a more plant-based diet that is helping me with the health. When you know the reason why you're going after weight loss and it's based upon being optimum level of health, then that reason will carry you through to be consistent and to do this on a long-term basis. Okay, I wanted to discuss about how we're eating on our plates. And what I mean is, I'm not a calorie counter. I don't like to stop and weigh my food and all that, because I really learned what it is that it looks like on my plate. I've done that in the beginning where I had counted calories, I've weighed my food, and so I can see what it looks like when you just point it out by a visual aspect. Plate positioning is very important, but not only that, it's also about what are we putting on top of our food. And that leads me to tip number 1. Adding the wrong condiments to your plant-based food can be an issue. So the smallest type of add-on, for instance, maybe it's soy sauce, that might not be working for you, especially if we're looking at our hormones and how it affects us. So soy sauce on your vegetables, you may think is harmless, and it may be saying that it's low in calorie, but it might be a high sodium effect that is retaining water in your body, and therefore the weight is not budging or it seems to go up. So ask yourself, what am I really putting on my vegetables? And if you're someone that still is eating dairy, maybe you're putting butter on your vegetables. So let's be honest with ourselves, because I had to do the same, because I was that person that was putting butter on my vegetables and thinking, hey, I'm going to lose weight just because I'm eating vegetables, right? Not necessarily so. Really look at and take a true, honest look at the condiments that you're using. Some people would just go on the SOS diet, and that is about no salt, no oils, and no sugar. And that's about cutting out the processed food. So if you're looking at it that way, maybe just try the SOS diet for 30 days and just eliminate those things off of your vegetables or any type of food that is considered plant-based, and try it out there and see what that does. And just remember, you can cook without oils, and try just adding a little bit of water and utilize your seasonings. Spices are great, and there's no calories there, and it won't affect your weight loss journey. So think about it that way. Maybe you just need to do more seasonings and stay away from a lot of liquids that may be causing a lot of water retention. The other thing I was thinking about is, are you putting a lot of dressings? And those dressings that you're putting on, say your salad, is carrying a lot of oils that's already there. It's processed, right? So we're going against all those rules of trying to lose weight, but then eating with a plant-based diet. We may be eating a lot of plants, like your non-starchy vegetables and your starches, right? Anything you're adding that is already pre-packaged, you already have to ask yourself, this is processed food. It may not be doing a service to ourselves right at this time. And so temporarily you want to look at that. And so you can try like balsamic vinegar. You can try, I do use coconut aminos that can be on your non-starchy vegetables or your raw salads. But the thing is, you have to ask yourself and see how your body's reacting to these certain types of toppings. And so I had to eliminate coconut aminos for like a week and see if that's what it was on just kind of feeling stagnated with the weight. And you know what? It kind of helped not to do it for a little bit of time because I was on a roll and doing it every day. So think about these things that you're utilizing right now and try to eliminate them temporarily and see if that's what it is. Okay. The second tip is about food combining. Are you food combining incorrectly? I never really followed that rule as much as I do now. I used to, there was a big thing about food combining, and it was about, are you eating meat with a starch and then your vegetables, right? When you do that all together, then that will cause you a stagnation in weight loss. Some people it works well for, but I'm speaking to those of us that are having hormone imbalances and need to shock the body and put it back in motion to getting balanced again. So you have to look at that, because that is why I'm on plant-based, because I just can't eat the meats that I liked before in the past. I was eating the cheeseburgers, the pizza, all that. So I had to eliminate these things that I can work with to take care of my health. So having starches with fats is like a no-no. It really, really will have an impact on your weight and cause you to go in the wrong direction. So don't combine with your starches and your fats. So again, if you have potato, you shouldn't be combining it with the butter and the cheese, right? And if you're 100% plant-based, you're not doing that anyway, right? Think about nuts, things that you're combining with, say, a salad. Maybe that's not going to work for you right now. So you have to look at these items that are causing the weight gain. And so keeping it a low fat as much as possible right now, temporarily, is good. And there's nothing wrong with that. Eating a raw salad first before you eat your hot meal is great. If you started out that way, fill up on your salads and then fill up on your non-starchy vegetables, and then move to your starches and look at it from that standpoint. I think that you will see a difference if you're just rearranging the order that you're using your food and combining it differently. Okay, my biggest tip right now about troubleshooting is your plate positioning. Now, the 50-50 plate positioning came from the book Start Solution. That's where I read it, and 50-50 is a great way to have weight loss success. It may be slower than you want to go, but the 50-50 plate is a steady way that you'll be consistent about losing weight. Fast forward to us mature ladies. Sometimes we need to have more of the vegetables than you have of the starches. For me, I'm really doing more of a 70-30 or a 60-40 plate, meaning that I'm having less of the starch and more of the non-starchy vegetables. And that is what's starting to work for me to see that it's kicking off that weight loss. So I lost like 4 pounds in a month, more than I would have lost. The other thing about that is looking at the actual plates you're using in the house. So I have a regular size bowl, I have a larger size bowl, and that can be misleading. If you're doing a 50-50 plate, you might be actually doing more of the starches if you're using a larger plate or a larger bowl. You need to look at it, it's just because it's visually manipulating when we're looking at a larger plate. It could be an 11-inch plate or a 8-inch plate. You're going to eat less if you're using a smaller plate. When I know that I'm in serious weight loss mode, then I'm looking at a smaller plate or a average plate instead of my larger bowls and the larger plates, because that could throw me off where I'm actually eating more starch than I realize. So if I had 2 or 3 small potatoes, that's okay, because that's basically my 50-50 side, right? And then on the other side is the rest of your vegetables. I take away small potato and maybe just do the 2 potatoes, and right there I'm already at a 70-30 plate. Make sense? Now I'm on the Mary's Mini diet, which is about just starch and non-starchy vegetables, right? So you have a starch, like a wet starch, picking a potato or rice, whatever the case that you're looking at. But with the wet starches is really sweet potatoes, and that's pretty much it. And that's a high water content food that can be half your plate. Now, sometimes I have to manipulate that, so I make sure that I have a little bit less of that starch, and then I just have more of the non-starchy vegetables and maybe a salad with it as well. Because a calorie count is very low when you're talking about a pound of, say, spinach. It's such a low calorie density food that you can eat more of it and have more volume there, right? If you are that person that doesn't like your vegetables, gotta learn to like it. You gotta learn to like your vegetables. And when you start exploring how you're preparing the meal with different types of spices, I'm telling you, it can totally change the way you look at vegetables. Is you have different types of spices that can make a change instantly right there. It's a game changer. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. And again, if this is something you're struggling with and you like to DM me on Instagram, or if you're looking for a more personal meal plan preparation that we can do together, please do email me, hit me up on my website. And if you like to have a one-on-one session with me, then you can find me at regedited.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I look forward to the next video. Please comment below if you have any more challenges that you want to share about plant-based diet. I love to know what your struggles are, and then how can we fix it, right? I thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And always keep searching for that perfect bite and balance. Cheers.